Alright, so this latest moment involving ASAP Rocky definitely has people talking. While performing on his Don't Be Dumb tour, he found himself facing even more criticism after already catching heat for wearing a black thong on stage. But instead of the outfit being the biggest story, he grabbed a megaphone during the concert and made a comment that had plenty of people wondering why it even needed to be said. Here's what he said next.
I heard about how Phoenix got some beautiful ass women out here, bro. Scottsdale, Phoenix, all this shit, they was just like, that's what all the pretty ladies in America had. They in fucking Arizona, bro. Thank God y'all didn't know me when I was single, because I would've fucked the shit out you if you was pretty, man.
Now, keep in mind, ASAP Rocky shares 3 kids with Rihanna, which is why a lot of people were caught off guard when he started telling women in the audience that he would have slept with them. Honestly, you can understand performers saying wild things to hype up a crowd, but plenty of fans felt this crossed the line. And people were quick to point out that if Rihanna had made a similar comment on stage, she'd probably be getting criticized non-stop for it. It's not clear whether Rihanna was at that particular show, although she has been attending his performances and supporting him throughout the tour. Online reactions came pouring in, with one person even joking that Rihanna should go make a song with Drake after hearing those comments, because they thought Rocky's remarks were disrespectful. Others said simply complimenting the crowd would have been more than enough and questioned what made him say something like that in the first place. So far, Rihanna hasn't addressed any of the backlash, and considering she usually stays quiet about online drama, that's not exactly surprising. But what do you think about the whole situation? Did ASAP Rocky take things too far, or are people making a bigger deal out of it than they should? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, moving on to the next story. Mackenzie Shirilla has officially hit what could be the end of the road when it comes to trying to overturn her sentence. The Ohio Supreme Court declined to hear her appeal, leaving her conviction in place. For anyone who hasn't followed the case, back in 2022, when she was 17 years old, Shirilla drove nearly 100 miles per hour into a brick building, killing her boyfriend Dominic and their friend Devon. She was convicted of murder in 2023 and received a sentence of 15 to life, and Netflix recently released a documentary about the case titled The Crash. After that conviction, her legal team attempted to appeal, but their filing missed the deadline by just 1 day because they overlooked that 2024 was a leap year. That single-day mistake resulted in the appeal being dismissed, so they asked the Ohio Supreme Court to make an exception. On June 23rd, however, the court refused to take up the case, effectively ending her state appeal options. And while all of this has been happening in court, reports say Mackenzie has also been causing problems while behind bars. When people say she's been acting up in jail, they're not exaggerating. The legal setback isn't the only thing working against Mackenzie Shirilla right now, because her conduct in prison has also been drawing attention. In roughly 3 years behind bars, she's reportedly received 36 disciplinary write-ups, with prison officials finding her responsible for 32 of them. Those violations range from possessing contraband and repeatedly being in restricted areas to altering her prison uniform. She was also caught with medication that wasn't prescribed to her, although she claimed the pills were prenatal vitamins. Officials reportedly discovered additional photos on her phone along with unauthorized craft materials that included 29 bottles of paint and items resembling Monopoly money. Another incident involved her exposing herself during a video visit, and she also received a sexual harassment write-up related to the way she was dressed. Keep in mind, her sentence is 15 years to life, which means 15 years is simply the earliest point when she can ask the parole board for release, not a guaranteed release date. With the number of disciplinary violations already on her record and concerns about whether she's shown remorse, some people believe those issues could weigh heavily whenever the parole board reviews her case. If this pattern continues over the coming years, it's fair to wonder how much more her prison record could grow before she's even eligible for parole. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Mackenzie Shirilla has any realistic chance of being released after 15 years? And what are your thoughts on her appeals officially coming to an end? Also, where do you stand on the case overall? Drop your opinion in the comments below. That's all for today's video, and I'll catch you in the next one.
These people, like, if you haven't watched The Crash on Netflix, go watch it, come back, because I'm going to be talking about some spoilers. But these people, the parents of the girl who caused the crash, are so clueless and out of touch. If they were better parents, that those other kids would be alive today, hands down.
My bun made me think of this girl, okay? Did you watch The Crash on Netflix? If you haven't watched it, it is a must see, okay? A lot of the times if I'm watching a documentary at night, I fall asleep. But this one with Miss Mackenzie here, this was her. When she came out with that bun for this interview for the documentary, I said, now what is Mackenzie about to tell us? The story's crazy. It's so sad because the boyfriend and the friend, like I mentioned, died. They interviewed the families. It was so sad. She's in jail, okay? And I definitely think that she did that on purpose.
Do whatever you have to do to remove yourself from a toxic relationship. Girlfriend, boyfriend, friends, family, that shit is not cute, and The Crash just proved it all. Classic, regular relationship arguments would never lead, let's say me, into filming videos trying to leave a trace. Why did Dom feel the need to record and leave some type of evidence? I feel like he knew something was going to happen to him. I truly believe that Dom told Davion the night at that party that he was planning on leaving Mackenzie and that he wanted to break up with her. So Davion wanted to go with his best friend, with his bud, to support because he know that bitch is crazy. And maybe, hey, if I'm in the car, maybe she won't do no crazy shit. I truly feel like I have a hunch that Dom literally wanted to break up with her and she went off on the deep end. You can look at that bitch and she gives. I'm about to wreck this shit. Not only that, it's like Dom was giving little signs, like telling people he loved them, as if, you know, when people usually about to commit, they do stuff like that. Especially if it's not like an everyday thing for said person. So me putting myself in Dom's shoes, me knowing I got this toxic ass girlfriend who has already made all these types of threats, I'm gonna go ahead and text my family I love them just in case some shit go down. And y'all, let's please stop categorizing Davion as special cargo that was in the bag. He was a human who had life, who evidently was full of it, and, you know, trying to support or be there, I feel like, for his friend, ultimately ended in his life getting taken from him.
Man, I'm not about to play with y'all on this documentary. That girl is guilty. She was a rude and terrible person. Everybody said that she was a bully and all type of things. And terrible people deserve terrible things. I don't feel bad at all. Boo, tomato, tomato. If you have not seen The Crash on Netflix, get off this video because I'm about to talk about it. That's your disclaimer. That girl put her blinker on the turn, made a smooth turn, had no problems, but she couldn't get her foot off the gas. She knew exactly what she was doing. And personally, I feel like her boyfriend was breaking up with her. She did not like that, so she started playing around with their life. And somebody in the back, I feel like Davion, was trying to stop her from doing it, which is why the brake was going back in neutral and drive, and it did not work, and it was too late. And she wasn't drunk. She didn't have no alcohol in her system, so she knew exactly what she was doing. She smoked all the time, so it wasn't the weed messing her up. And them trying to say it was pot syndrome is crazy. Like, that's how I know somebody is playing pots and pans on y'all brains, because y'all not using them at all.